Hello and welcome to another video on Imperator Rome. This time we're taking a look at the second Let's Learn Imperator Rome dev stream that Blondie and Rod have been doing. So basically the goal of these videos is to showcase the things that we've learned during these streams. And other than going through the various different, inventions that we can see there, the different traits that characters can get, which I'm not going to do because that's just modifiers that don't really mean anything to us right now. I want to talk about like mechanics, basically. What new mechanics have we learned about? And it's a short list for what we learned in this stream. So here it is. Number one, when you are at say speed 5 and you're just going through the game speed 5 and you see a battle and you click on the battle, if you're in single player, you will be slowed down to speed 2. I assume this can be changed in the options menu. I don't know that for sure, but I would assume so. But yes, it seems also Blondie learned it in this stream as well, because he was quite surprised by it. Number 2. There is no number 2, that's it. That's all I learned. But yeah, it's understandable. The game is, what, 3 weeks away from release? There's not a whole lot to learn from these streams anymore. What I'm doing while watching these streams is enjoying the game and like getting myself hyped up for it. But honestly, I'm not really learning too many new mechanics. Maybe learning how not to play, considering the performances that have been in these streams. But again, it's a new game. They're both fairly new to Imperator. I can't imagine anyone's going to be very good on release. So I don't blame either of them for failing a little bit. But yeah, they're enjoyable streams anyway, and I encourage you to go check them out. Other than that, I thought I would talk a little bit about what happened in the previous Dev Clash again, because while no new information come to light, there has been a lot of talk on the forums that I've been keeping an eye on. So first and foremost, there's an awful lot of complaining. It seems like every hour or so that I refresh the forums, there is a new thread up about something to complain about. At this point, I think the biggest complaint that I've seen is that manpower doesn't really mean a whole lot. So in Imperator, the way you get manpower is by your Freeman pops. The more Freeman pops you have, the more your max manpower is. The higher your max manpower, the faster your manpower pool will, grow. And on its own, this system is fine, but the latest Dev Clash definitely showed some weaknesses of that system, and that was basically the World War. Rome versus both Britannia, Iberia, and the Greek states that's been going on for a long time. Somebody on the forums had added up all the wars and came to the conclusion that Rome had lost about 4 million men during these wars, and yet their manpower didn't really seem affected at all. Like, they were at 100,000 manpower at the start of the first war, I believe, and yes, they lost all of that manpower and went into a manpower deficit, but it didn't matter because they just used mercenaries. Mercenaries being another one of the really big complaints. It's just too easy to get mercenaries. The devs, mostly Black Ninja, have commented on this, and they said that they agree that there are problems. Whether this means it'll be changed by release, I don't know. I can't say. They're not saying. But it does seem that the goal of the Dev Clash, which is to, highlight potential breaking features, this is one that they have found and probably will be worked on. There's too many mercenaries, it's too easy to get them, etc., etc. On the problem of manpower, the complaint mainly stems from the fact that despite being in these wars and losing 4 million men, the population of Rome has grown significantly, because it doesn't matter if you lose manpower, it doesn't affect the amount of pops you have. That relationship is one way. The more freemen you have, the more manpower you have, but it doesn't go the other way around. So if you lose 4 million men, say you're in a manpower deficit of 200,000, it doesn't change anything to your freeman pops. And there's been a lot of different suggestions as to how this could be addressed. Whether it's a problem at all is undecided. Personally, I do think it is a problem, and I think it does require a mechanic to sort of make a change there. But like I say, I'm just looking at it from the outside. I haven't played the game. I can't say for sure. This is just personal opinion, as per usual. Everything is just an opinion at this point. So the way that a lot of people have been suggesting to address this is that, say, when you are recruiting soldiers, then freeman pops are taken away from cities. And this is sort of similar to how Victoria 2 does population and recruitment. But I don't really buy that as a good solution. The great thing about Victoria 2 is it had an actual number of people. Like your soldier pops, it would tell you if you had 10,433, whereas it's a lot more abstracted in Imperator Rome. So a lot of people have been sort of debating on how many men a pop actually is, and the estimates are ranging from 3,000 to 10,000, with pretty good arguments on both sides as to why those numbers are correct. If it's 10,000 men per pop, then the population of Rome alone is something like 30 million right now, which is completely ahistorical and just wrong. Population of Europe in the time that Imperator goes on is around about 30 million. So it's not correct, I think, to say 10,000. The 3,000 to 5,000 seems a bit more realistic, but again, what are you going to do? If you recruit 3 units, then you're going to lose 1 pop. And how do you track that? How do you track which cities they come from? And it's just a whole lot of work for the computer to do that it's sort of unnecessary. The solution that I have posted or posited, I guess, would be that if you are in a manpower deficit, you get a negative modifier to your pop growth, to the point where if you are in enough of a deficit, you would start losing pops. If you are in a huge positive, say you're at like 80% of your maximum manpower, then maybe you would get a modifier to your pop growth. I like this system. It's sort of similar to what you see in Mayo and Taxes, where if you have over a certain percentage of your max manpower, you get certain bonuses. That's sort of where I got the idea from, and I think it would work well. But again, personal opinion, I'm not a dev, I haven't played the game, just a suggestion. But that would be my suggestion. Like I said, there's been a lot of different suggestions on how to fix it, but the devs have said that or I should say, a few of the devs have said that they agree that there are problems that need to be addressed. So perhaps we'll see something there. Who knows? But that's pretty much it that I want to talk about. The Dev Clash, or that Dev Clash episode. I don't really want to go back and talk about it again. Like, this will be the second video or 1.5th video that I've done on it. I just want to talk about stuff in the future. So next Dev Clash, I'll obviously do a video on that as well. I don't want to talk about something new. I don't want to go back over and complain about the same things again and again and again, etc. So on the topic of Imperator, what the next video will be on this here, the Emperors at War stream. So starting April 5th, which is tomorrow, Friday, there's going to be new streams where Kaiser Johann, Katz, Black Ninja, Egladil, and Sir Rogers, and yes, I've done them in order if you don't know what they look like, will be doing a stream where they are playing the Diadochi. So I'm not sure which player is going to be in which nation, but it'll be Macedon, Thrace, Phrygia, Egypt, and the Seleucids, and they're just gonna fight. Apparently there's going to be missions that they have to complete that they won't know everyone else's missions. And it sort of reminds me a little bit of the missions that were in the Stellaris multiplayer that Darren over at Republic of Play did. Sort of have that vibe about it. Obviously, I don't know what the missions are yet, but that's the sort of vibe I'm getting. I will obviously be watching these streams. I'll do a video if there's something to talk about. If there's not much to talk about, I might wait until the weekend is over and then do a video on the whole thing. I don't know yet, but I am excited for this one. I think it's going to be a pretty good stream. It's actually exactly what I wanted to do for a multiplayer series at some point, having everyone as one of the Diadochi. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, that's it for this video. Not much else to talk about. So yeah, if there is something to talk about with the the Emperors at War stream tomorrow, then I will talk about it. But if not, then maybe a new video on Monday night. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting, something to learn, something to talk about. Please do leave your feedback in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.